Because today I found my friends. They're in my head. I'm so ugly. That's okay, 'cause so are you. Broke arm is Sunday morning. It's every day for all I care. And I'm not scared. Light my candles every day, 'cause I found God. Yeah, yeah. So I'll be having to get myself hyped up. Um, okay, so the other day I did the Charlie Kirk video, and I had said that the shooter was a trans shooter because I wanted to post a video soon, and I just was going off of the little bit of information that I had at the time. It's not confirmed that it was a trans shooter, so I'm sorry for all the gay bashing jokes I did, gays. I wasn't bad mouthing the gays. I was bad mouthing trans. Is that the same thing? But yeah, I was wrong about that. It was some good jokes in there. I just knew that for sure that even though it wasn't confirmed that he passed away at that moment, I knew for sure he wasn't going to pull through because I have been shot in my neck in my main artery and I died immediately. I think well, God bless me, it's the only reason I'm still alive. But the only reason that the artery, because you can't heal an artery, was healed. The girl who set me up, she was out. She came outside her room and she took her pajamas off and she wrapped it around my neck. And my artery literally blood clocked itself back together before I got back to the hospital. The hospital didn't repair my artery. Um, but I knew that was a fatal shot for him. The reason why I want to recover this story is because there's a lot of speculation going on right now about the story. On one end, people are saying that it's AI. He wasn't shot. They say that if you look closely, for one, he's wearing a white shirt, and then as soon as he gets shot, it's like the blood just goes on top of the shirt. It doesn't stain or spread the white shirt. It's not nowhere else, neither no speckles. Also, they say that there's a wedding ring on his middle finger, and by the time the hand goes over, the pinky ring goes to the last finger. And it's so that they're saying that it was AI generation. Generated. AI don't be making AI makes horrible hands. I don't know why, but I don't. I can't imagine that he would fake his death. He's too successful, and the type of person he is, he's too conservative. We not about conservatives type of people. We not about to kill ourselves, especially if we're successful. And he was successful. So the other part of it is they're saying that it's a politically motivated assassination. I'm like, does he have that much power in politics where these Democrats will want to kill him? And people are saying yes. I was like, it has he said enough stuff to make you mad enough to want him unalived? Because that's crazy. Like, imagine you just having an opinion, like an outspoken opinion, and I was like, he hasn't said nothing bad enough for people to want to unalive him. But he has said some stuff. I think more the fact that maybe it's a possibility. For one, I've pointed this out with months worth of research. These Democrats is MS-13s. They're active gangbangers. They declared a war against the Republicans prior to the year beginning, and maybe they're standing on that. Maybe it is a war. Maybe when they meant war like like real war. Because if it was politically motivated, then it definitely was. The Democratic Party who I can't see I can't see it being anybody else. Kind of find out he controls millions of young people's opinions, millions and millions, and maybe they're trying to. make it more feasible for them to be able to get the young vote for the 2028 election. I don't know who they would campaign with, but like I said, let's just first, before we go over the manhunt for the shooter, let's go over some of the things that Charles has said. My name is Marcus Russell. This is the Marcus Russell Show. Yo, make sure you tap that like and subscribe button before we get to the video, and let's do it.
This is what you do. This is what you do. You take people and you put them under the spotlight, and you.
Well, hold on. I didn't ask you to come up here. You voluntarily came to the front of the line. You didn't have to do that.
You're purposely antagonizing people on campus, asking
How?
people to come up by spreading your weird agenda.
You create a company that's like close to being a fascist, and then like.
Okay. Well, how am I?
Sorry.
Let's go through this. How am I a fascist?
Dude, like you.
Can you name one thing I believe that's fascist?
You believe that like you on.
Don't let him think.
But
I'm such a bad fascist. I let the people who disagree in open mic to talk to me for 2 hours uninterrupted.
Okay.
I'm an awful fascist.
You're not murdering a baby. It's not a baby.
Okay, well let's play this out. What is it then?
It is an embryo, which is not a baby.
Well, okay, so it's a fertilized embryo.
Correct, which
right.
is not a baby.
So at what point does it become a baby?
When it is born.
Oh.
Trans-affirming care, the entire country. I think that monogamous heterosexual marriage should be a prerequisite to adoption.
Right? So when segregation ended, right, black people, or when slavery ended, actually, black people were just forced wherever, right? So they had nowhere to go. And then there was laws put in place to put them into prison, and after...
It's okay. No. What's your name? Guys, what's your name?
Jackson.
It takes a lot of courage to come up here.
Yeah, no,
Let's just take a deep breath. Okay, I'm not here to pick on you.
No,
and
I
I appreciate it. No, it's okay. I know this can be very intimidating getting into a crowd like this. So just take a deep breath. Let me make your argument. I'm going to make your argument for you, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's wrong. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the argument that is being made, that you want to make, is that there's legacies of injustice.
Yes.
And that those legacies impact one generation after the other. And when those things get handed down, you have what is a system or a systemic issue that isn't just isolated in 2024. So the argument that you're making is that what happened in 1954 does impact 2024 of decade after decade after decade. Let me tell you my response to that. Of course, there is some truth to that. However, every culture, every person in this audience can point to issues that families or generations prior had that were able to overcome. So the question is, why is it that Black America is one of the only populations, that and Native American populations, that have not been able to overcome such evil, horrors, and injustices? Here's my perspective, and I want to hear what you have to say, is that the number one way to keep people out of poverty, lower the crime rate, and have a better society is whether or not you have a mom and a dad around. Would we agree that's an ideal? Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
And so what happened in 1964 is that 25% of Black youth were raised by a single mom. Today, it's nearly 75%, about 70%. So that means that 1 in 4 Black kids will have a father around. Only 1 in 4. That's the number one issue happening in the country. And
Yeah, I watched a gang of Kirk videos today. He's a master debater. He is a master debater. I noticed he would just only go to like college campuses with a lot of homosexual people, a lot of Black people, and he will like rage bait, like say something that's like true but it's wrong, and then like like it'll be way less people if there was no men. My cousin said that one. You know what I mean? You can't argue with that. It's facts. But every time he would go to these colleges, only thing like everybody, he's a master debater. So everybody he debate with, like they're dumb. Like they could never articulate an argument to defend. He would eat them up about everything from taking women's rights to he said Black people should still be slaves, be less crime. That boy crazy. So like I said, conspiracists was saying that either it was AI. Conspiracists was saying the Democrats, which I proved in our MS-13, it was gang activity. But the truth is, it was 22-year-old Tyler. Yep. He told his daddy after he got home that he was the one that did it. And then his daddy called the feds and turned him in. 22 years old. I got a 23-year-old son. These kids dangerous. He got a new boy charger. He got $1,000 rifle. Like, he's probably living that life. I don't know why he's out here smoking people. Kids play too much GTA. First person shooters, you know, already smoked 1,000,000 people. Now you want to smoke this guy because he's a master debater. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Anyway, my name is Marcus Russell. This is the Marcus Russell Show. Make sure you tap that like and subscribe button. Let's get right to this video.
In New York, moments ago, the FBI announced the gunman accused of assassinating activist Charlie Kirk is now in custody, and he's been identified as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, who was turned in part thanks to cooperation from his family. This morning's press update began a short time ago with remarks from Utah's Governor Spencer Cox.
We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes.
Now, we want to use our special VR technology to help spell out for you what investigators then explained happened next after Tyler Robinson arrived on campus in that clothing. Investigators believe that below me, where you see the distance, about 400 feet between where Tyler Robinson was believed to be on the rooftop and where Charlie Kirk was holding his event, convincing students to prove him wrong. Investigators said a few moments ago that it was up here on the rooftop of this building where Tyler Robinson then changed out of that plain maroon shirt and light-colored shorts into the black clothing that he was witnessed wearing. After firing the shot, he then crossed across the rooftop, which you see in this footage, with a bag, jumped down to the grassy area near the parking lot, and then proceeded to cross a road nearby and head into a wooded area. All of this suggesting prior thought, strategy, and planning before the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Investigators also say that people close to him, his friends and his family, had said that he had become more radicalized and political lately, and talked to them about Charlie Kirk coming to campus, and that in his opinion, in the opinions of this suspect, Charlie Kirk was full of hate. So that
was such a this is a whole sad scenario, man. I hate reporting on stuff like this. And what's crazy is that everybody's talking about it. That's why y'all should watch mine, because you know I got them jokes. But everybody's talking about it, and somebody just got smoked in front of everybody. That we live in such a violent country over politics, in their opinion. Man, I got an opinion like I'm gonna stop. Maybe I should stop voicing my opinion. What you think, YouTube? Tell me what you think in the comments. Make sure you tap that like and subscribe button. Until tomorrow. Peace.